margin of error, or basically allows you a little where you need to oblique them more or less. Okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'll put my marker off for a second. It's like, all right, ma'am, so what I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna have you bend up your left knee for me, okay? Bring your left arm across just like this. And I'm gonna have you roll up towards me, but I want you to slide your hips back just a little bit away from me, okay? So I'm gonna have her, you wanna make sure hips and shoulder are same plane, okay? So I'm gonna guide this behind her, have her roll back just a little bit. If she can keep her knee bent like this, this is great, okay? So I'm actually gonna come up. She's still not 100%, so I'm actually gonna rotate her just a smidge. This is gonna give me where, if I need to, and she's actually a little over obliqued right now. So, it's a method, okay. The hips and shoulders are in the same plane now. I know this just because I've done this a millions of times, but I can tell she's over obliqued. So here, I'm gonna show y'all a little technique. Well, this is why I do it this way, because then I can slide it back, and she can actually rotate back a little bit. I don't need to rotate her much. So you can come behind here. I want everybody to come feel what I'm talking about. You can actually feel her spine off the table. So you're gonna slide your hand down the sponge. Everybody's gonna come over and feel. Come on. So you're gonna slide, and she's actually, you're good. Okay. So just slide your hand just like this, and you're gonna feel, tap her spine and then tap the table. But you're gonna feel that her spine's at an angle.
I don't know how.
When you slide it straight down. Okay? Sorry. But the other thing too, when you're putting the sponge behind them, you want to make sure sponge and hip, the shoulder and hip are supported. Okay? But it's important to have these in the same plane when you're doing these. So we already know we need to be 1.5 inches above the crest. So we're going to go above the crest. Okay? I'm going to go above. I see a lot of students stop here. They get to the crest, they're like, oh, I'm good. No, it's a two-part deal. We go the 1.5 inches above, which is L2, we're on the inferior rib margin. We still have to go 2 inches medial. So her ACES is here. Bring this arm up a little bit further. You'll have a patient who wants to do this. We now have elbow in the spine. They don't want that. Okay, so bring that up here. All right, so I'm gonna come here. Slide her back. So, your light field ends up between the two ACES. That's why I do 10. The 10 puts it right between the two ACES. So you can use this light field. Her ACES is right here. My light field is just inside. The 10 to where your central ray is hitting, that is actually 2 inches. That's the other fail-safe for you guys, okay? Because you gotta be 2 inches medial to the elevated ACES, okay? So the other thing too, I can actually come to the head of the bed and look straight down. She's still a little, actually, no, you're good. So, because you can tell if your patient's leaning this way or this way, and if you need to straighten them up. So from here, because she's in an RPO, I'll pop my marker right here, okay? That will be for, the other thing too, when you're the 2 inches medial, the other thing is it ends up lining up with breast tissue, the other breast tissue, but her xiphoid is here. It's anywhere, depending on your patient, it's anywhere from 1 inch to 1/2 inch on the elevated side of your xiphoid. But it ends up lining up with a lot of your men right at the nipple, the areola area, ends up lining right up there. Same thing with her, it's hitting breast tissue right down, okay? All right, same breathing instructions, deep breath in, blow it out, hold it out. Make sure you watch them breathe out and stop breathing, because you're gonna end up with motion in your image if you don't, okay? And I know at OSC, y'all very rarely, if ever, get to push the button, because they usually have a tech in the back while you're doing all the positioning, which is stupid. I know, I've realized that's being filmed, but it is, because you guys should be able to do all of that. All right, so I'm gonna take the sponge from behind you.